Mycenae was one of the most powerful cities in ancient Greece. Its warriors were legendary, its kings were said to be demigods, and its wealth and influence could make or break neighboring city-states. But perhaps no structure at Mycenae was as imposing, as mysterious, and as unforgettable as its Lion Gate. The Lion Gate was the main entrance into the citadel at Mycenae. It was constructed around 1250 BCE, during the height of Mycenaean power, and bears witness to the might and influence of one of the most powerful kingdoms of the ancient world. But what exactly do we know about the origins and purpose of the gate? What secrets does it hold about the nature of the civilization that built it? And why do some believe it may have been used as a portal to another world? Before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for your incredible support. This channel would not be possible without each and every one of you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. As you enter the archaeological site of Mycenae, the ruins of the citadel loom above you, surrounded by thick stone walls that once made it one of the most formidable fortresses in the region. Of all the structures still standing, only one was considered worthy of being the main entrance to this mighty stronghold. The Lion Gate, built around 1250 BCE, right in the middle of the Mycenaean period. This gate embodies the power, wealth, and influence of the Mycenaean kingdom. But the impressive structure is only part of the story. The gate's defining feature is the two enormous lion reliefs that flank the entrance. Carved from solid stone, these majestic creatures stare out majestically, their bodies coiled and ready to pounce. But who or what they represent remains shrouded in mystery. Some scholars suggest the lions symbolize the fierce and warlike nature of the Mycenaean people. After all, the Mycenaeans were renowned for their military prowess and their ability to wage war on a grand scale. The double lions could represent the might and ferocity of the Mycenaean army, ready to defend their city and king with unwavering loyalty and strength. Others believe the lions may have been inspired by actual animals that roamed the nearby hills and mountains. Mycenae was situated in a mountainous region of ancient Greece. It's likely that the Mycenaeans would have been familiar with the sight of wild lions. These majestic beasts were often seen as symbols of strength, courage, and power. And it was possible that the Mycenaeans wanted to incorporate them into their art and architecture as a way of expressing these values. Yet there's something about the lion reliefs that sets them apart from typical depictions of lions. Their eyes seem to hold an otherworldly gaze, and their expressions are strangely enigmatic. This has led some to speculate that the lions may have represented something more than just animals, that they may have been viewed as divine or otherworldly beings. One fascinating theory suggests that the lions were meant to symbolize the guardians of the underworld. In Greek mythology, the realm of the dead was often depicted as being guarded by fearsome creatures, including lions. The placement of the lion reliefs at the entrance to Mycenae Citadel could signify that the city was located on the border between the world of the living and the world of the dead, making it a place of great spiritual power and mystery. Whatever their true meaning, these enigmatic stone lions have captured the imaginations of people throughout history. But the Lion Gate isn't just an impressive piece of art and architecture. It also tells us a lot about the society that built it. The Mycenaeans were a powerful and wealthy civilization, and the Lion Gate is a testament to their ability to amass great wealth and project their power throughout the region. Mycenae was located in a strategic position on the Peloponnese Peninsula, making it a key hub for trade and cultural exchange. The city's wealth is also evident in the size and scale of the Lion Gate itself, which was built to impress and intimidate visitors. The massive stones that make up the gate are a symbol of the Mycenaeans' ability to harness raw materials and shape them into something truly monumental. These cyclopean stones are so large that later Greeks believed they were crafted by giants called cyclopes. In fact, the entire citadel of Mycenae was constructed using massive stones that weigh several tons. The technique used to build these walls is known as cyclopean masonry, because the stones are so big and heavy that they resemble the work of mythical giant builders. But the real builders of the Lion Gate were the Mycenaeans themselves, a highly skilled and sophisticated people who were able to create one of the most impressive pieces of architecture in ancient Greece. The construction of the Lion Gate required a high level of engineering and technical skill. The stones had to be carefully quarried, transported, and lifted into place without the use of modern tools or technology. The builders of the Lion Gate were able to achieve this feat through sheer determination and ingenuity. In addition to their technical skills, the Mycenaeans also had a deep understanding of aesthetics and symbolism. The design of the Lion Gate is not only impressive, but also highly symbolic. The two lions flanking the entrance were likely meant to convey a message of power and protection. While the overall structure was designed to impress and intimidate visitors, in addition to its defensive purpose, the Lion Gate may have also served as a ceremonial entrance to the city of Mycenae. The structure's imposing presence and symbolic meaning make it a likely candidate for a gateway to the divine realm or the afterlife. Some scholars believe that the gate was aligned with the rising sun in order to mark significant astronomical events, such as the solstices or equinoxes. If this is true, then the Lion Gate would have been used as a tool to predict the passage of time and the cycles of the natural world. There's evidence that the Mycenaeans kept sacred groves outside their city gates where rituals were performed and sacrifices were made. It's possible that the Lion Gate was also used as a focal point for these rituals, which were meant to ensure the protection and prosperity of Mycenae. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Lion Gate is the fact that it's still standing today. Despite centuries of war, earthquake, and erosion, the gate has survived remarkably intact, which is a testament to the skill and ingenuity of the Mycenaean builders. The first historical record of the Lion Gate comes from the 6th century BCE, when the Greek historian Herodotus described it as the finest of the ancient gates. Since then, the Lion Gate has become one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Greece, and has inspired countless works of art and literature. Fortunately, much of what we know about the origin and purpose of the Lion Gate comes from legends and myths that were written long after the Mycenaean civilization had fallen. These stories may not be historically accurate, but they do offer some interesting insights into how the Mycenaeans viewed their world and their place in it. According to one myth, the Lion Gate was built by the hero Perseus as a memorial to his father, King Acrisius. When Perseus returned home to Mycenae after slaying the monster Medusa, he was greeted with great joy and celebration. To commemorate his victory, he built the Lion Gate, which became a symbol of Mycenaean pride and glory. Another myth tells the story of how the Lion Gate was built in order to keep the city of Mycenae safe from harm. According to this tale, a terrible beast known as the Nemean lion terrorized the countryside near Mycenae, and its ferocious strength and impenetrable hide made it nearly impossible to defeat. But the hero Theseus came to the rescue and slew the lion with his bare hands. As a reminder of his bravery in the city's deliverance, the Mycenaeans built the Lion Gate in his honor. Whether or not these myths are based on historical events, they do offer some insight into how the Mycenaeans viewed the world around them. The Mycenaeans were a warrior culture, and their stories often revolved around themes of bravery, strength, and victory. The Lion Gate, with its imposing presence and powerful symbolism, would have been a fitting tribute to heroes like Perseus and Theseus. Now let's move on to the really fun stuff. Throughout history, there have been all kinds of crazy theories about the Lion Gate and its connection to the afterlife and other realms. Some believe that the two lions on the gate actually represent the sun and the moon, the gate itself acting as a celestial gateway. Others believe that the gate was a portal to the underworld, a place where the veil between the worlds was at its thinnest. In fact, the entire citadel of Mycenae was thought to be a kind of microcosm of the universe, with the palace at its center representing Mount Olympus, the home of the gods. Now, before you write any of this off as total nonsense, consider this. The Greeks weren't the only ones who built portals. In fact, many cultures around the world, from the Egyptians to the Aztecs, built structures that were aligned with astronomical events and used as ceremonial gateways to other realms. The Greeks were simply incorporating their own unique beliefs and mythology into this ancient practice. So is there any truth to these outlandish theories? We may never know for sure, but the mystery is part of what makes the Lion Gate so fascinating. The ancient Greeks believed that the world was full of magic and wonder, and the Lion Gate was a tangible reminder of that belief. It was a place where the mundane world of mortals met the divine realm of the gods, and anything was possible. For the Greeks, the Lion Gate was more than just a structure. It was a symbol of their beliefs, their values, and their place in the universe. It was a reminder that they were part of something bigger than themselves, and that the world was full of mystery and wonder. Today, the Lion Gate stands as a testament to the power and ingenuity of the ancient Mycenaeans. Whether or not it was a gateway to another world, it's clear that the Greeks believed it was. And that's what makes it so enduringly fascinating to us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and join me next time for another journey into the mysterious past.